Hi, my name is Ezra Edwards, and today I'm going to be talking to you about why you shouldn't get that puppy you really want, and adopting versus shopping. So, if you're never home during the day, you need to reconsider getting the puppy. One, puppies take a lot of time, attention, love, and care, and if you don't have the time to give it to them, then you don't need to get it. If you're locking your dog in a cage all day, what's the point of having it? It's not fair to it. It's just going to cause more problems in the long run. If the dog isn't getting the proper exercise and training it needs, it's going to cause more problems such as running around, chasing, chewing up things. Exercise, it's so important. Depending on the breed of each dog, it's going to be more energetic than others. Some require more space, some don't, and a bigger dog needs more space essentially, and a smaller dog needs less space. No exercise leads to bad behaviors. If you don't have the space for the dog, you don't need to get the dog. Have you done your research? Does the dog fit into your lifestyle? If you aren't a very active family, then you probably will do okay with a small dog. But if you're a very active family, you need to take a lot into consideration. Are you going to take the dog with you when you go on trips? If not, is it really fair for the dog to be locked away in a cage or sent to a boarding facility where I've worked in a vet's office, we board there. They only get let out 3 times a day, if that, and they get their meals when we're able to give them their meals, not when your dog eats at 5 p.m. It just doesn't happen that way. Or do you want to spend the money to get someone to look after your dog who probably is not going to give them the attention and time that you give them when you're home? So that needs to be taken into consideration. Do you really have the budget for a dog? We all know the unexplainable accidents that happen, vet bills, monthly vet bills. Do you have the time to afford the dog at that given time? Do you plan on having kids, or do you already have kids? If you're about to give birth, is it really a smart idea to, I know it sounds cool, but raise a puppy as you're raising your child? Because essentially, a human needs more attention than a dog needs attention. But at the same time, your dog needs attention and training just the same as anybody else. Do you have the time and the knowledge to train the dog? If not, you're going to have to send it off, and if you don't have the money to begin with, then you probably don't need to get it. Giving as a present, I know we've seen it all the time on Facebook, or seen parents who get their dogs a puppy for Christmas or their birthday. A kid doesn't understand the concept of what it takes to raise a dog or spend on the dog, monthly cost and budgets. If you want to teach them responsibility, get a goldfish. A goldfish doesn't form a connection with your family the way a dog does. Not taking the person's thoughts and feelings into consideration. Maybe they just got over a loss of a dog and are not ready for a new one. Adopting versus shopping. This is a very controversial topic, I feel. There's a time and place for both. When you adopt, you save a dog's life, and most of the time adopting is cheaper. You get screened to see if the dog is compatible with you and your family. Most of the time when you buy from a shelter, they're already spayed, neutered, up to date on shots, which is added into your adoption fee. If you're buying an older dog, most of the time that saves you from having to train it because they're already house trained or in a basic obedience, sit, stay, lay down. You could possibly meet your best friend of a lifetime who probably needs you more than you need it. Some perks of shopping You'll know the exact age, the exact breed. Most of the time with shelters, it's a mix. You'll know the temperament of the dog just based on the mom and dad's temperament. You can probably tell your own dog's temperament. The breeders can most of the time tell you what they're gonna do. They know what their mom and dad do. They know what their grandparents did, such as like hunting, showing, and therapy. If they have any medical problems or are predisposed to any medical problems, it will be in the history. When you get a dog from a breeder, most of the time they'll give you a pedigree, which tells you all the history of the dog you're getting. And sometimes when you buy from a breeder, they'll tell you any upcoming shows and competitions just because they want to get their name out there, and they probably want your dog to excel in what it's bred to do. Because most of the time breeders don't sell you a dog unless you are planning on doing what they bred the dog to do, essentially. Placing. Breeders want to know that their dog is living the best life, and like I said, doing what they bred them to do. Breeders will probably not sell you a dog if it's just not going to do well in your home. Some breeders will actually train your dog for you or tell you a good trainer to send it off to. Or you can train it yourself if you want. But essentially, buying from a breeder will be more expensive than adopting from a dog. So if you have the budget to do either one, you just need to pick what you need to do based on your lifestyle. So in conclusion, don't buy the puppy if you don't have time for it. We see it all the time. So many families buy the dog that they don't need, and it turns out to have serious behavior problems, and for others it's not pleasant to go out and have a dog nip at you when you did nothing wrong. Think about everything when buying a dog. Just because it's cute doesn't mean you need it. Adopting can always be a great choice. You can get the best from your lifetime, but at the same time, shopping from a breeder can be great too if you intend for your dog to have a job. When getting a new dog, don't just think about yourself. That's selfish. Think about the life you're giving your dog and the well-being of your dog, because they do have feelings and they do have emotions and personality just like we do, and they connect with you and your family on a whole different level. So really just think about everything and take so much in consideration when buying a dog. Thank you.